Would code vein one-handed swords work as actual swords? Starting with the type of thralldom, no, it would not work as an actual sword because, you know, it's a pipe, but it could still bonk things. Stay tuned to the end for more riveting content just like this. The queenslayer blade looks like a big anime sword, you know, standard issue stuff. However, it has cutouts pretty much throughout it. And also, the base is where a lot of the weight is, so it would probably be a bit more nimble than something like a buster sword. That might even put it in the realm of feasible usability by some select really strong people. The Lost Broadsword and the regular Broadsword, they're really big and don't have any redeeming features to conserve that weight whatsoever, so yeah, too big. The Sunset Sword, similar to the Queenslayer sword at the beginning, might be usable, although the spikes on the back of it would add even more weight. Oh, and let me backtrack a little bit. All the ones that I mentioned could work before would only really work in two hands. Hanamakuro and Enduring Crimson are similar enough to cover together. They're essentially slightly oversized katana blades with the handles removed and then mounted on a weird contraption thing. And I know that this contraption is designed to, like, put magic blood into the blade or have the blade draw magical blood out of the target. I'm not sure which, but I just can't help but think that there would be some better way to do that. You know, maybe have a more traditional hilt on it and then something running up to the arm or whatever. Having it like this puts a big mass at the back of the blade, so when you're trying to cut through things, that mass would catch on whatever organic targets you're cutting through. Fortunately, the top half or so of the blade is uncovered, and that's more or less the business end, so this might not be too much of an issue. And also this weird contraption on the back, if it's made of plastics or polymers or something like that, then it might be relatively light, so it might actually be feasibly usable. The Executioner's sword would probably be of a weight that could be usable to people, and I like the forward curve that it has. That kind of reminds me of a Dacian Falx, which was pretty devastating against armor, since it was essentially a war pick in sword form. This isn't as aggressive as a curve, but could potentially work the same. The machete is nothing like an actual machete, and is more like the Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII, as in way too big for any human to use. Iceblood definitely seems like it could feasibly be used in two hands, kind of as like a thrusting Estoc type thing. Although, I mean, with the size that it has, it would definitely have a good cutting blade too. And the Blazing Claw pretty much just looks like a regular two-handed sword. I mean, modified with fire and stuff, but the profile, pretty much a regular sword. The Argent Wolf Blade, way too big to be a sword, but cool design. I like the jaws thing. And as I promised more riveting content like I had at the beginning, the Hellfire Pipe would not be functional as a sword. However, it could bonk things and it'd be a little toasty.